Within your eyes are oceans of compassion and endless love, ever endless love, such joy and grace beyond my mind to fathom, and blissful wisdom that shines below and above. You rescue me from all the fears my mind imagines, and give me courage and faith to remove my doubts. I've come to know you are my dearest companion. Through time's endless journey, I feel you all around. Through time's endless journey, I feel you all around. Searching for your love, so many roads I traveled, from valleys low to mountains high above. You rescue me when I lose the strength for battle, and give me wings to fly beyond this world. You rescue me and ever so many places, yet your name is my shelter. You've always been within my heart and soul. You're my one and only refuge, my reason for being, my one and only home, my reason for being, my one and only home. You rescue me from all the fears my mind imagines, and give me courage and faith to remove my doubts. I've come to know you are my dearest companion. Through time's endless journey, I feel you all around. Your name is my shelter, my one and only home. You are my refuge, my one and only home. You are my refuge, you are my one and only home.
Om Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Chaitanyam Vyapitam Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. I salute the spiritual teacher who has shown me that eternal abode of consciousness which pervades this entire universe, moving and unmoving. these three worlds with his tangible objects of the senses and beyond. I salute that spiritual teacher again and again. Om, peace, peace, peace. Shanti, shanti, shanti. So today our topic is the concept of Guru. Our everyday life, there is a Guru in our life. We learn so many things from everyone. So, Guru is a factor. It's simply called the teacher. But when it comes to the spiritual teaching, then we call Guru. But it is commonly used nowadays as anything we learn from anyone, he is a teacher, it's a Guru. Musical Guru, then Yoga Guru, then your Guru in the field of art, literature, everywhere we find our teachers. And this concept of Guru is a very wonderful idea that the spirituality or the knowledge descends from one to the other. It is the knowledge, the spiritual wisdom, which is subtlest of the subtle, which cannot be seen by the eyes, which you cannot catch by your hands and senses. That truth, which is beyond our mind, even the perception of the mind, to have a grasp of that is impossible unless it is transmitted from someone who is very kind, who will be very kind. You give me or open the door of my ignorance, or you can say open the door of my heart, so that I can see what is within and what is without. We are all with eyes, but we are all blind. We don't see the truth. We see that which is changing, but we don't see that which is unchanging. Swami Vivekananda gave a beautiful idea and thought about the Guru. Swami Vivekananda says, the soul can only receive impulses from another soul and from nothing else. We may study books all our lives. We may become very intellectual. But in the end, we find that we have not developed at all spiritually. It is not true that a high order of intellectual development always goes hand in hand with proportionate development of the spiritual side in man. This inadequacy of books to quicken spiritual growth is the reason why, although almost every one of us can speak most wonderfully on spiritual matters, but when it comes to action and the living of the spiritual life, we find ourselves awfully deficient. To quicken the spirit, the impulse must come from another soul. To quicken the spirit, the impulse must come from another soul. The person from whose soul such impulse comes is called Guru, the teacher. And the person to whose soul this impulse is conveyed is called Shishya, the disciple, the student. The true preacher of religion has to be wonderful capabilities and clever skill his hearers be. And when both these are really wonderful and extraordinary, then will a splendid spiritual awakening result and not otherwise. It's a wonderful idea about spiritual teachers, spirituality and this transmission. It is, spirituality can be given. That is the point. Some may feel it instantly when it is given. They are great spiritual people who are ready for that truth to receive. And grand teachers who have the power to transmit. This perfect combination is very rare, though. There we can find that, yes, spirituality has been transmitted. Ramakrishna, we find that Swami Vivekananda is searching, young boy, knocking at the door of everyone, trying to find a teacher, and knocking at everyone, have you seen God? Have you seen God? Have you seen God? And naturally, who is bold enough to say, yes, I have? Maybe they have advanced much, but still to say directly needs courage. And here is a man, Ramakrishna, who said, yes, I have seen. I see more intimately. I see you. And he had a touch, and he found that this invisible universe, which is so real, it is just vanishing into some void. This appearance, it is an appearance. And going into such a situation, he got scared first. And he said, what are you doing? I have my mom, I have my dad, no? Vivekananda-like person is showing an example. There are ideal teachers, there are ideal students. When even by just touch they can give this illumination. And necessity is that the teacher should have the power to transmit. And the student must have the capacity to receive it. If it is not, anywhere, any defect, then the result will not be found instantly, but it will happen. But the question is that not to be very discouraged, but it will happen. It is bound to happen because it has this potential power, the energy in it, because it is a transmission from teacher to student, and that teacher, he got it from his teacher, he got it from his teacher, and go back to the source. It is like a holy river Ganga. Ganga is considered to be the most purifying, sanctifying river in the world. Ramakrishna used to say, the water of the Ganga is not earthly, it is all heavenly. You touch it and you become pure. But we don't understand that. But Sri Ramakrishna used to consider the Ganga water. So if suppose the Ganga source is in the high Himalayas, where is the glacier? Pure snow, absolutely stainless. But the same flow when it comes down and down and down, you have had the idea of India, then you come down to Benares, see how it has become. You come back to Calcutta, then you see what is the condition. And when it goes to meet the Bay of Bengal, you see what is the condition. So it looks not that stainless pure, but the potential capacity of purifying the soul remains the same. Ramakrishna said, if you want to touch Ganga, you need not have to go touch every point from high Himalayas down to the Bay of Bengal. Anywhere you touch, you become pure. So the spiritual energy which is transmitted, that has the power. Of course, who is containing that, he should have that energy power also. That's why the character of a teacher is very important. In any other science, it's a teacher is teacher. He is efficient in his subject, that's enough. Mathematician, a physicist, a chemist, or astronaut, or astrological scientist. So they have their enormous knowledge and they're great. But personal character, that is not important in those areas. But in spiritual realm, it is very much important how pure is the soul who is trying to be a teacher or trying to be a student also. From student to teacher, the criterion is purity, sincerity, devotion, and the free from the cravings and mean, unkind feelings of human nature. So here is the question that Guru concept is the concept that someone in this world in which we live is very kind to me and helps me to remove my ignorance, the veil which is barring me from seeing God everywhere. Vedanta teaches God is everywhere. I am seeing God. I am seeing you as human. That's my failure. But it is the divine everywhere, all pervaded. Whether moving, unmoving, that's why the Guru Pranam in the Sanskrit they say that he is the Guru who has shown me that eternal consciousness, absolute truth, which permeates the whole universe and is in everything vibrant, present in vibrant manner. I am ignorant. And he is so kind, he showed me, here is the divine. And that is the process. This is the process you will get to reach that point. Follow this process, practice this discipline, chant this mantra, meditate this way. And all this is what kindness. That's why we salute our teachers. So this is the point. The whole world is permeated with consciousness. But I am ajnano timira andhasya. I am blinded in the ignorance, ajnan. And it is a deep, dark blindness and darkness which does not allow me to see the sparkling light all around, the joy, unending joy, the blessed Satchidananda consciousness permeating all the nooks and corners, and we are searching for a petty joy here and there and getting frustrated every day. So, this is the Guru. Now, the concept of Guru is not only found in Hinduism. Mostly Hindus and Buddhists are very deep into this idea of what you call the Guru idea. But in Jainism, we find in Jainism, Buddhism, Sikhism, in Islam, even in Christianity, there is not exactly the same way, but this concept of the Guru is there. In Jainism, there are 5 types of Gurus they mention. They are called, that is the Arhat, Arihantas. There are Siddhas who have succeeded little, much more. And then is Acharyas. There are Upadhyayas. And there are sadhus, ordinary sannyasis, those who try to improve their character by that, practicing that discipline. So there are teachers in the concept of Jainism. And they are Tirthankar, they are very Arihanta, they are very high class teachers, but all Arihantas are not Tirthankars. That means they are not reached that height. But Siddhas, the souls, they are disembodied persons, entities. They gone beyond the cycle of birth and death, but they help. They may be physical, may not be in the physical body, but they help in a subtle body. So, and Catholicity of Jainism is that they have their salutation mantra, where they salute all the lineage of different stable states of gurus. Sikhism, we know that there are the 10 gurus, and they later on become 11th Guru became the Granth Sahib. First Guru is the Guru Nanak. He said 1469. And then lineage ended at the 10th Guru. It's called Guru Gobind Singh. And then the human Guru that ended there, and they collected all the teachings of the Gurus, that's in the Granth, in the book. And book became the object of their Guru. If you have gone to any Sikh temple, you have observed they have made a beautiful altar and keep the book there and cover it as if it's a living guru, because the message, the teaching is all contained there. They like a human guru, they fan the book as it were, no? Feeling that that is a guru's presence is there. They chant mantras in front of him, pray day and night like that. So the scripture was the 10th guru, the eternal religion, religious ideas and spiritual guidelines are found in Sikh people. The system of religious philosophy and expression has been traditionally known, that is called the Guru Mat. Their mat means the opinion or views. What is that? They call Guru Mat. What is that? The system of religious and philosophical understanding and its expression, which has been traditionally continued, that is called the Guru, the Mat, the philosophy or the opinions of the Gurus, council of the Gurus. And they always say, Wah, Guru Ji ke Fateh. Even our Swami Vivekananda used to say, Wah, Guru Ji ke Fateh. Glory to Guru, glory to Guru, because Guru is such important in life. And they used to say the same in Hinduism. Their mantra is it's called Omkara. We call Omkara, O-M, Om. We say Om, Om in Hinduism. It is an offshoot. Hinduism, the Sikhism and Jainism, they are the offshoots of ancient Hinduism. It's a reformatory group. Anyhow, their mantra, sacred symbol, is the universal God, which is called Om. So that is the idea we find that in Sikhism, that idea of Guru is very important there. In Buddhism also, we find that northern Buddhists, they have their Mahajana, they have Lama. Lamas are as gurus. Lama mostly monks, but may also be married also. We hear that the great Atisha Dipankar, who went to consider in Tibet as the second Buddha, he had about, I hear, 150 gurus. That means whatever he learns, in Hinduism also, there is a wandering monk who has 24 gurus. So, how many gurus? Wherever you learn something, that is the guru. And that concept of guru is there. Root guru, he is with whom you are most familiar. And then he will channel the blessings of the higher and Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to you. And others will be there. So there is this concept of guru in Buddhism. In Islam, they are actually not exactly like that we think, but the teachers are known as Rasuls. They are called Nabis, messengers, apostle. The prophet is individually believed to spread God's message on the earth and to serve as models of ideals, human behavior. Some prophets are called messengers who transmit divine revelation, most of them though through the interaction or through an angel and other things. So in Islam also they are called imams are there. Imam, they are the greatest teacher in that tradition. Imam says anything, it is like whatever comes from God directly. So people respect that way in spiritual life. So we find that there are such expressions of presence of the Guru concept. And Hinduism, as we are talking about, Guru is a must. That's why even you go to Himalayas, when you go, they will ask you, what is your name? But you have to say, not that I am Swami Sarvadevananda. That will not do. Then you say, what is your real name? That means you have to say what is the 10 categories of monastic tradition established by Shankaracharya. So, do you belong to that? Or you have taken your own sannyas and you use the Gerua cloth. Even wandering monks have that division that there should be a guru, a lineage. It should come from tradition. Otherwise, what has Shankaracharya emphasizes that knowledge should be coming through tradition. Why? Tradition means it is a tested path. Many people have followed that path, and they have got the illumination themselves, and they have freed themselves from all bondage. So therefore, this lineage, you should have to follow a lineage through which the tradition of spiritual enlightenment is flowing from, as I said, the Ganga flowing through different channels. But that what is flowing is the spiritual energy. So that should be very important. Guru, that's why is a must for spiritual illumination. And that is a Guru Parampara. As in the music world, as in the dance world, there are gharana, they call gharana, from in Indian tradition. Gharana means which lineage you belong to. That means there is a speciality when it comes from a teacher, the knowledge is transmitted, special skills, which we cannot get through books only. A simple thing also, we find that the universities are not necessary because there are books. And there is Google Guru now. We can find out within few minutes the entire knowledge of any subject, no? It will call you within split second. So, but still, why people say the students are paying so much money to go to the universities, all the universities, and how much is the charges? And then students suffer whole life to repay the loan. But anyhow, but it is a necessity and it has special value in it. That's why there is the Guru Parampara is also important, that the teaching is coming from a standard lineage. There is a tradition. As in our tradition we call Puri, we are Puri. There are 10 divisions, Giri, Puri, Bon, Nadi, Parbat, Samudra, Aranya, like that. These are the different names of the 10 categories of the sannyasis monastic tradition. So, that's why it is important that the knowledge should come from a spiritually illumined soul to us who are seeking for truth. And when this combination happens, then perfect knowledge dawns in the heart. We find that in the Hinduism, I will be emphasizing there, that the teachings, faith in Guru is very important. Trust in Guru. Before finding a Guru, you have every choice to find who is your Guru, who is good teacher. As every student does, no? After when they search for universities, what they do? Finishing the school, they go to this campus, that campus, and what is the interest, what subject, what is the good professor, which university they are have more Nobel laureates and this and that. People search for all these things. Similarly, before you're accepting anyone as teacher, you have your choice. You go and test whether your heart is satisfied, you feel that your mind is resonating with the thought of and ideas of that spiritual personality. And then you can go and learn and then... But once you get it, don't give up again. Before finding someone, you have every choice to select. Whom you will select? But in spiritual life, then it is said, when you accept it, then you will have to follow the instruction that will bear the right type of fruit. And you find that ancient tradition, here, Sri Ramakrishna's life in the current age, you see that all the 16 boys came to Sri Ramakrishna. And how by his direct touch, and the devotees who came, how by his direct touch, direct presence, he has transmitted the spirituality in them. And they are also right type of instrument. They are seeking for this knowledge and wisdom. So, student should be ready, and teacher should also be the right type of teacher. We find that in the Upanishads, that there are 6 students, they all in the Prasna Upanishad. There are so many Upanishads, I'll quote two, three such, to give an idea that how from the ancient time this search for teacher is going on, and the teacher also training the student in such a way their mind gets ready for higher and higher truth gradually. So we find that there are 6 students, they went to a teacher, and they are all coming from renowned family background. They are seekers for Brahma Jnana, knowledge of the truth, and dedicated to the realization of Brahman. The students should have one condition. What? I want to know the truth. I am in ignorance. I want light. I want to go beyond all darkness. I want to go beyond this confusion of duality and to reach my state, that state of absolute freedom and blessedness. The student's main criterion is this. He should have to. And the teacher's quality, as Swami Vivekananda also said, that it should be 3 qualities are given. He says, he should be pure in character, as I have mentioned. He should be the knower of the wisdom, scriptures. Scriptures are what? Scriptures are the revelation in the heart of those who are pure, and they have experienced themselves, and that expression they have taught to their students. And that student again practiced, and then he narrated to that next, his disciple. So it is the Vedas, Upanishads, they're the revelations of nameless saints and sages. So he should know, the teacher should know. Is it contradicting with the ancient teaching of all these seers of truth? Or it is conforming to that? So teachers should read these scriptures and also know the essential meaning of these scriptures. And then he should be pure in character, as you have mentioned. Pure in character, knowing, and also a practicing person. He has experienced fully, or not even, he has advanced in the spiritual journey. So, abrijino akamahata srutyam brahmanishtam. Brahmanishtha, he has developed a nishtha, one-pointed attachment to know the absolute truth if he has not reached already. Best is if he has reached. But sometimes best is not necessary for us. Grade 1 boy or girl does not need a PhD or a Nobel laureate to teach him. No? A better Nobel laureate will be unfit, because he will not be able to come down to that level of the grade 1 boy. No? Better 10th grade boy or girl or 8th grade, that's okay. He has advanced at least that far, so he can guide the other. So question is that we always think that, oh, had I come in the time of Christ, what would have been happened? Had I been born when Buddha was there, why I am, those are blessed. No, all are not blessed. Because when they come, they don't recognize them. Because they have not that purity of the heart to recognize Christ, Buddhas, Ramas, Krishnas, Ramakrishnas. Ramakrishna used to say, only 12 sages could understand when Rama, only the 12 sages could have understood Rama when he was in the body. So that is the ideal condition of the teacher. And also Viveka Chudamani says the student should be really hankering for truth, not superficial inquiry, just nibbling little knowledge of Buddhism, little knowledge of Hinduism, and little knowledge of this, and knowing everything. No, it should be very sincere. They have given a beautiful description. Samsara davanalatapu taptam. The student should be such as if he is just trying to, suppose someone has put one into the bonfire, the fire, huge fire, and how he wants to come out of the fire. That type of urge should be there. This whole world in which I am living is no more very interesting to me. It is not only, it is not interesting, it is a pain. I want to get out of that and to know that place where is eternal freedom, eternal joy, and eternal bliss. Sangsar, this world in which we live, which is attractions, which is attachments, davanala, it is like a bonfire. Taputaptam, I am burnt, scorched by the heat of that. I want total freedom. I want to rescue myself from that. But that was sincere craving for God, sincere craving for knowing who I am. That sincere craving, what is this universe? Why I am here? Why I am born? Why shall I die? All these serious questions should haunt the student. That should be the criterion of the student. So these 6 students, they all went to a guru. His name was Pippalada. And they all approached to the guru. You know? One should not approach to guru, hey, give me any mantra. It's not like that. You should go with proper protocol. Humility. That I am really a student. No, I want to seek. See, if we want to transfer one jar of water to another jar, so the jar should be put below the level of the jar from which we are pouring it. You can do some siphon action, that's a kripa action is there. Even if you put it here, it will go that way. But that is not the point. Normal thing is that you should have to put it below, and then the transmission possible. So these students, 6 students, they went with proper protocol, and the protocol, they carried some gift of love, no? Which they carried some firewood in ancient time, because they are always having the homo fire. We do that homo fire here. So that needs so much of firewood, and they keep the fire whole day and night on in the Guru's ashrama. So that was a sign that you carry something and place at the feet of the teacher and prostrate, and then the teacher will understand that you want to learn something. But we don't need that firewood nowadays. Time has changed. But anyhow, they went to the Guru, Pippalada, and with all humility and surrendered to the teacher and asked for, Sir, I have heard that there is knowledge of Brahman. Please help me understand what is Brahman. And the teacher instantly said, Oh, bhuyayevo taposha brahmacharjena sraddhaya sangvatsarang sangvatsyatha. Oh, you want knowledge of Brahman? Okay. Now go to do austerity. That means you try to purify your mind. You make your mind ready. When I say something, you will be able to accept it. So he didn't give any other advice, only said you go tapasya by your performing austerity, be celibate, sense control, shraddha, with love and devotion to God. Sangvatsaram, 1 year. Don't talk anything, but do this austere practice of spiritual discipline this way to make your mind pure. And sangvatsata, and then afterwards, then you come back. Tapasya, that means it's a sense control. That means we want to concentrate, means why it is necessary? Because mind is distracted in different direction. So you learn how to bring it back. And how will you bring it back? Therefore, the spiritual energy which is drained in a lower plane, let it be uplifted. That's why brahmacharya, celibacy. And shraddha, have faith in yourself. You can control your mind. Have faith in yourself. And also faith that you can learn the knowledge and in the words of the Guru. Then you will be ready when you come to the teacher. What teacher says, you will have faith in his words. 2 things are necessary. Faith in ourselves first. I can do that. And faith in the words of the teacher, what he is teaching us. So he gave this advice. And after that 1 year, Sangvatsata, Then they came back and then they asked the question. And these 6 students are in 6 different levels. The Prashna Upanishad is very beautiful because we give one advice for all. But all questions are not same. Everyone's question is not same. Everyone has a different levels of their understanding about the truth. So each student appeared before the teacher after 1 year of observance of this discipline and other things, came back, and teacher then started teaching them. And then step by step, we started from this gross universe of name and form to the subtle, to the mental level, to the intellectual level, and then going back in the level where there is only that level of susupti, and then is talking about the Brahman. So that is the way we find that these higher and higher questions were put to the teacher sincerely. He is feeling, this is my problem. My problem is not the problem of yours. Because we live in different mental understanding, level of understanding. So therefore, we find after 1 year that they started questioning and they lived this step by step, and the highest knowledge of big knowledge have been preached to him. Then, and the teacher also was very humble. He said that if you put questions, I may not be able to tell you, but jodi vigyasyamo, if you tell that, if you put any question, if I know, I tell you, I will tell you all whatever my full knowledge without keeping anything in reserve. The Guru is willing to give the knowledge what he knows, also the humility that I know everything. He does not say that. He is so humble. So teacher is so humble, and actually when knowledge comes, they become humble. Those people who are really Ramakrishna, you see, he never understood that he is a great man. The people of experience, they don't know that they're something better than us. Now we find that in the Kena Upanishad, and I ended here because this advice given to different 6 students, that's a big discussion. If we get, and then we need another talk, another hour. So I am not going, but only to understand student approaching the teacher guiding him like his own, and wanted to give the knowledge what he has, no? So to give away all the teachers are searching for good students everywhere, is it not? Every good teacher will be very happy to have a good student, because he is happy that his wisdom and knowledge is being utilized by someone, and that has become fruitful. In Kena Upanishad, we find the same student going to a teacher and approaching the teacher, and is asking this question. Student is saying, "Sir, how the mind is moving in the objects of the senses? Prompted by whom? Who is behind me? Why my eyes instantly run for the object of the senses? Why my ear runs for any sound? Who is prompting force in me, driving my all the senses in the objects of the corresponding sense objects? Senses and sense objects, both are there in the world. Why my mind is driven? Who drives those things? Kene sitang patati preshitang manaha. My mind falls on the objects of the senses. What is behind the mind? Who drives the mind? Forces me to run for those things. How the speech I am talking, what is that behind the speech energy? What is that prompting me to speak so many ways? Chakshu, Shrotram, eyes, ears, Kau Devo Junakti. Who is that Devata? Means the effulgent entity behind. The student had the understanding that there is something behind my body and mind. That absolute consciousness or something, he has heard something. He is convinced that it is not my mouth is speaking, not my eyes are seeing, not my mind is running into the objects of the senses only. But there is something behind all these senses of my perception, of my experience, there is something. I do not know that. So what is that? That is the question put by the student to the teacher. And Guru started giving the topmost advice. It's what is that? It is Shratrasya Sratram. You hear, it is the ear, through the ear. It is the ear, real ear behind this ear. It is not a very clear response. And how will be a clarity there which cannot be grabbed by the senses? It is behind this ear, Sattasya Sattam Manasho Manojat, your mind. Behind that mind there is some real mind. And Bacho Bacham, it is the Bacha, the speech, behind that the real speech. So Pranasya Prana, you are breathing, you are alive. That energy, prana energy, behind that real prana, pranasya prana. It is the prana of the prana. So that chakshusas chakshu, you see, this is the eyes, it's a real eye behind this eye. And otimuccha dhiraha, when one can transcend these senses and reach that, dhira, they becomes dhira. They becomes the wise people. And knowing that, being a wise person, transcending that senses, trying to see what is the propelling force behind all the senses and the mind, that is asmat lokat amrita bhavanti. They transcend this world of duality. Pratyo asmat lokat, from this world of duality, they transcend and they reach that amrita, the absolute state, birthless, deathless state. That is their divine nature. So we find that that is the example student. And then continues the instruction. That's why a good teacher is necessary. He should be clear in his understanding. Even teachers sometimes in Hinduism will find that teachers are very difficult. They test us in different ways. And the students should be very sincere to know that it is whatever, I will follow whatever teacher says. No? Sometimes that's our problem. We get mantra, we get some guidance, but we forget all those things and we start doing our own way. Many people say, I do this, I do this, I do this. Then when we ask, where did you get it? He mix up all these things, but it is not, that does not bring the right result. So whatever teacher teaches us should follow exactly. Say, we give this example, Satyakama story in the Upanishad. It was a grand story, very inspirational. That a student went to a teacher, and the teacher gave him, the student's name is Satyakama, is the student's name. And his guru gave him the teaching. Well, okay, gave him the mantra or whatever, and do the evening fire, homo fire and all these things. And what to do, he instructed. And along with that, he gave him some cows. In early days, there are so many students, and there's a big ashram. So many students come to learn spirituality. So he said that these cows are only 400. You take them and make them 1,000 and graze them in the field and then bring it back. See, apparently it seems he is a very worldly minded guru, no? He's asking a student will say, I come to know the knowledge of Brahman, and you are asking me to graze the cows. The whole day I will be spoiling my day. But no, he has the faith in the Guru's word, and that boy took these cows and went to a place where there is plenty of grass, and he did his practice of the what Guru has told in the morning, in the evening, in the noontime, and all these are going on, and at the same time looking after the cows. And he didn't think how many cows now have become? Out of 400, how many? And one day, he was meditating in the evening, and he heard the bull. The bull is announcing, Bho, Bho, Satyakama. Oh dear Satyakama. And a bull is asking the name of Satyakama, who has nurtured them. Says, Oh Satyakama, Bho, Bho, Satyakama. We have become 1,000. Now you can take back us all, drive us back to your Guru's home. Can a bull say so? Or it is the pure mind which recognizes this, the message. Bull's voice will be the same bull's voice. But he has the message to catch out of that voice of that. And then, but the bull was very pleased. They said, you have nurtured us so lovingly for so many years, so I will give you one segment of the knowledge of Brahman. The bull is becoming guru, and bull is giving the knowledge of Brahman. What is that? He said, Prachi Dikkala, Pratichi Dikkala. Eastern horizon, look at whatever you see. This is only a part of that Brahman. Look back, what is behind you? This is a part of that Brahman. On the right, on the left, what you see is only part of Brahman. And then, I have given this, but the fire god will teach you something. Then, that night passed, and the next morning, the Satyakama drove all the cows towards Guru's home. And then, it was a long distance from the home and the center where his Guru was there. So, one night he halted again and he performed the homo fire, or bringing it's called the dhuni, bringing the fire and oblation and sitting, meditating in front of and the hissing sound of the fire, there came a voice. Agni Devata, the fire god teaching. He says, I shall, oh Satyakama, oh Satyakama, I will teach you because you have nurtured me for a long time with devotion. I am very pleased. And they see, the light you see in the stars, the light in the sun, light in the moon, light in the fire, is one cosmic light, and that is one part of Brahman. And like that he is coming back every day. Nature, that means understand, the truth is everywhere when the heart is ready. By Guru's instruction, following that sincerely, his heart is pure and the revelation is coming spontaneously. And he did it this way on the 4th day when he came back, and he went to saluted the Guru and prostrated before him. He didn't inquire about how many cows, where are the cows, nothing. He said, Brahma Vidhi Bhavasi Vaishamma. My boy, your face shines like a knower of truth. Where did you get the knowledge? As if Guru is testing him. So Guru says, why did you get this knowledge? He said that, sir, I didn't go to any Guru. I followed your instruction and I followed what you have taught me. But it happened that the bull taught me this, the fire, Agni taught me this, the flying blood taught me this, the rolling stream taught me this, and that is the thing I know, I do not know of anything else. Then he said, please, you are my Guru, you revalidate those, so you please teach me what is that Brahmajnana. Then the Guru revalidated that and was very pleased. So we find there is big lesson in this episodes, that the highest knowledge has been attained by that boy Satyakama, going to a proper Guru, getting the instruction and not editing any bit of that instruction, followed that and got the Brahmajnana. So this is the Guru Sishya. And in Hinduism, this is very important that one should have this initiation, I call initiation, or the teachers to have the instructions from the teachers, so that this unknown reality, that reality which is behind all of us, can be revealed into our heart. Thank you.
Lead us from illusion to truth and wisdom's sight. Lead us from the darkness that fills up the night. Lead us from death to endless life, to your heart of love, to your eternal light. Reach us through every veil that seems to hide your face, beyond our every ignorance, beyond both time and space. Give us strength and courage through thy blessed grace, and fill our hearts with your love by your sweet, compassionate face. Om Tat Sat Om, Om Tat Sat Om, Om Tat Sat Om, Om Tat Sat
So next Sunday will be our Swami Vedarupananda will be speaking on the topic Raja Yoga meditation on the 30th next Sunday. And Gospel reading will be as usual on the 30th Saturday, 5 p.m. So I'll end with a chant. Om Ashatu Ma Sadgamaya Tamashu Ma Jyotirgamaya Mritur Ma Amritangamaya Aviravir Maidhi Rudro Jate Dakshinang Mukham Te Namang Pahi Nityam Te Namang Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we can have question answer session after this. So we'll greet you first and then we can come back. Okay, if you have any question, then you can. Okay.
I can tell you're a very intelligent, thoughtful, inspiring speaker, and I wanted to know if you have any books that I could pick up on and read.
Books?
Yeah, have you published any books?
Myself?
Yes.
You will be benefited by reading Swami Vivekananda's books.
What?
Swami Vivekananda.
Okay,
Go
where
to
do I
our
find
bookstore.
them?
Yeah, in the bookstore.
In the library?
Yeah.
Well, Santa Barbara's got a very extensive library.
This is our bookstore.
Well, okay, I'll look into it. And I wanted to know, does India have as big of a problem as we do with the fentanyl and the heavy hard drugs that are killing the youth of America?
Again, please.
India.
Ah.
Are you from India originally? So do you know if the hard drugs are killing the youth of India as per capita as many as here in the United States?
I am out of touch like you. I am here for 30 years, so I do not know much what is going on in details.
Well, I've done a lot of research because my nephew died last August 4th. It's coming up on a year. And I had a radio show with the beautiful Ella, and now I'm trying to, this went off.
Went off. Okay.
I don't know, battery's bad.
Or maybe something has
Anyway,
happened.
I can talk loud because I
Yeah.
was a broadcast journalist, and I had a nephew die of fentanyl, and it's the biggest killer of the 18 to 30-year-old women and men in America now, especially in the West Coast, other than carpets helpless. And people my age, it's cancer. So I just wondered if you knew very
Maybe.
much about the drug influence in India.
Of course, now the world has become so connected, no? It is India and America is nothing. It is all internet and things. So.
Have you seen that movie, Slumdog Millionaire? I think it's funny. Have you seen it?
No,
Well, you should.
that's it.
It's about a kid in India that doesn't have hardly a dime, and how he gets on a game show. Slumdog Millionaire.
Slumdog. Oh, that I know, yeah.
You need to watch that.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, Slumdog, yes.
Okay. So I'll look for your written material in the library.
Written material are plenty. If you on what subject you want to hear, that's the question. Absolute Vedanta books are there, bhakti, devotion, how to reach God through devotion, meditation. You can.
Yeah, I started meditating when I was 19.
Yeah.
My mother was into all that. She was inspirational. Nurse. She also was a singer, played the piano. So music's the healing force.
Yeah.
For these young kids, they get off the couch, quit shooting up on drugs, get some hobbies and interests other than drugs.
Yeah, that is that's going on for a long time, the drug, and people get some boosting in it.
Don't do opium.
But what happened, that is not a solution,
Right?
and that is really creating more trouble in the life because
You can preach to the young, but you can lead them to water, you can't make them drink.
we should have some our own ideal. We have to lead a life. We have to present some peace that we are in the life, we are here and we are practicing this type of discipline and they see how peaceful we are. The drug was not a very common thing in Bengal. Only some few years it has become so prominent. But it was there. In Himalayas they used to take some drug. That was a different purpose because they live in extreme cold. A little bit of that gives them warmth. They have no proper clothing. They have no shirt. There is no blanket sufficient in that. So that was a proportionate thing made for some purpose.
It's just a little bit of fentanyl will stop your heart. And these young got to know that it's a mistake to fool with that. Their parents will be burying them.
Yeah.
So I do this podcast. I'm not advertising. We all do it for free. My musicians and I, we do interviews with addicts and alcoholics, how they're getting through rehab, and then we have music, the healing force.
Healing. Yeah, good you are doing. Thank you. Achha, she is asking.
Could you speak to the idea of the false guru? Though we look at it as
guru.
like, if you're saying, as you spoke today, everything is the guru, even the false guru is the guru. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah. False gurus means, yes, those incompetent teachers who are incompetent, as this is a spiritual life, a question about spiritual life. Students should be objectively, subjectively and objectively searching to reach the state, what is called God consciousness. And the teacher should be absorbed in God consciousness. This is a real teacher, real student. But when there is a question, that's why character, we talked about the character of the Guru. If the Guru, being a Guru, he wants some material benefit out of the student, name, fame, money, wealth or other things, then it is not the relationship. Guru and disciple relationship is the purest relationship. One like a loving father wants to give all the treasure he had. Another is a very most dear student who wants to receive the father's asset and to be rich, enriched with that wisdom. There is no business, some monetary business, there should not be any some other material thing which will make it, tarnish it wrongly. So that's why one should be careful. That's why I said you can go on shopping and try who is really genuine, who fits in your mind. Test him day and night. It is not urgent that you have to go and just say, someday you be my Guru. This is emotional approach is not good. Watch, observe. Really, he talks about God. Look at his personal life, what he does. Does he go to meditate? How he spends his whole day? How he meditates during night? Day and night observe that person. Then you will be but there will be always some other teachers who have some more, and they are, I don't criticize anybody, they have some sort of experience maybe. But that is you have to get experiences, you can, many people have experience. I got a glimpse of that experience one day. But it is yours? No, it is gone from you. Now you are in the same darkness. That's why it needs rigorous spiritual practice every day, 365 days. That's why we say there is no holiday in spiritual life. In our spiritual life, this is Ramakrishna order. It teaches us the day you join till you die. You do every day, and their spiritual practice increases. They may start from half an hour meditation in the morning, noon, increases, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, some sit 6 hours, 10 hours. Because if it is joy, how can you give up that joy? If you find that there is this beautiful experience of bliss, okay, I did it today and I don't want to do that today. Is it the drug? You are talking about the drug. Why the drug is so attractive? I did it and I was very high and I felt it good. So I will take it now and I will go into high. And then take more. And then what happens? Negatively, it is not yours. You are stimulating your brain neurons in certain way so that it stimulates, it gives you the experience of nice feeling and at peace, but that is not yours. That's why do meditation, do pray, check yourself, purify your heart and soul and feel the joy. It's springing from your heart, it is here already. So that's why it's very important that practice. That's why Guru should do and disciple also should do. It is not that one day I have got some experience, that's enough. It is not experience. And those Gurus may have experience. Yes, certainly they have. Otherwise how they attract so many people. That's okay. But because he or she has not practiced himself and got into that state, they think that money will give. Why money will give any interest to you? If you got the spiritual joy, why money? For survival you need a home. You need some food, you need some car, that's okay. But why will be hankering for that? Knowing that it is flimsy, it is worthless, it is useless. It only can give temporary happiness. The whole world is going for that. Why in a spiritual life you will do like that? That's why, that is the point. We have to understand they have something, and maybe as I said, there are students also who will be attracted to that type of teachers, not to the genuine teachers. Ramakrishna was there. How many people gathered around him? Hundreds of people, out of that thousands of people. But who came and dedicated their life to learn that spirituality and to treasure that in their heart, experience that and transmit to the world? Only 16. And some handsome few householder who with so much devotion practiced what Ramakrishna said. So it is not that necessary. Maybe that type of student will be very happy with that type of teacher. In the God's plane, there are different, all types of food is available, no? Different type of food suited to the different temperament of the student. Thank you. Yes, Acha, you want to say something?
Thank you, Maharaj. Can you also comment, please, on the primordial guru, the transcendent guru, the first yogi?
Yeah.
Please, thank you.
That's why in our tradition, it's also in Indian tradition, it's called Guru Upoguru. Guru means who is the primordial guru, who gives us mantra. That is called the primordial guru. A guru's guru is God, forget that. He is always teaching us. But in the relative level in our plane, who gives us mantra, we call him the primary guru. And all other gurus, there may be teachers whom we can learn from them to substantiate what my guru has given.
You were saying primary guru, I understand that. What I said was primordial.
Oh, primordial.
Like Satchitananda Guru.
Satchitananda Guru, yeah. That Ramakrishna said, who is the guru? Real guru is Satchidananda Guru. Satchidananda is the Brahman. As if Brahman, that is the real guru, he is that it is the snow white example of the peak of the high Himalayas, I told. It is a glacier, pure, stainless, shining. There is no pollution there at all. No? But that is the Satchidananda Guru. But when it flows to down the level, it gets whirled, gets polluted little bit. Tamas, Rajas, Satta, all these qualities get entangled. And I am also a mixture of Satta, Rajas and Tamas. So I will have to interact in that level. But ultimately, a guru is in two words, gukara, rukara. Guru, two words. Gu means the darkness, and ru is who removes that. The ignorance which is there and which is removed. So, real guru will be Satchidananda, because when you reach that gu, andhakar, the darkness, the ignorance, ru is gone when you reach that Satchidananda. But before experience, suppose you think that you are making a travel from Bay of Bengal up towards the high Himalayas. It is becoming more clean and purer and purer and purer level of, and totally you reach there, absolute purity beyond all gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, everything is gone. That is the primordial guru, prime guru. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's see if I can say this. So you talked about the truth, and you talked about God, and you talked about different belief systems, Hinduism, Buddhism, you even said Christianity.
Christianity also. I forgot to touch. There's Christianity also. Look at that. Baptism is there. John the Baptist, even God himself, Christ, born, but he needs that to show that teacher is necessary, and that tradition coming now, right?
So my question is, because this is what I'm coming to think more and more, that there are gurus in many faith systems, and I'm wondering what your opinion is about the idea that there are many roads to the truth. There are many roads to God. It's not just one belief system.
Right.
Really?
There is not one. There are many belief systems are many. True.
Pardon?
Belief systems are many.
Yes.
I believe this, I believe this, I believe this. That's different. But the path, that is the path. And I believe this, so I follow in this path. I believe this, I follow it. But ultimately it reaches the same culmination.
Okay. That's just wonderful.
That is for which this Vedanta society.
Yeah, I guess why I'm so thrilled about it is I was raised for, 20 years probably, evangelical Christian. And anybody who knows the belief system, there's one road, and that's the only road.
Right.
And if you don't believe that road,
Yeah.
see you around.
Yeah.
So that's really,
Yeah.
that's very...
That is in Christ said, no? In my father's, there are many mansions in my father's home. Christ said that. Yeah. So people ignore those things and use those which are necessary for their benefit. No? Yes, many paths, one goal, one God. No Christian God, no Hindu God, no Islam God. People ignorantly making my God, my God, my God. And Ramakrishna said they are the only one drinking the same water. Someone is saying water. Someone says apva in Sanskrit. Someone says aqua. Someone said another language jal. Another says pani. But these, they drink the same water they are drinking. It is only ignorance and narrowness of thinking that God is only one. You are restricting, you are saying God is infinite. At the same time saying God is limited this way and nothing else. That does not go along with the reason. But reason does not work much. Then the world fight, who will fight with each other? Christianity, Islam, go all over the world. My religion is the only religion. And if you don't believe, you are kafir. You are kafir, so I should convert you to real religion, Islam. Someone say Muslim, you become Christian, you become a Hindu. These are not the spiritual path, it is politics. It is for some other purpose, not for God realization. But if you believe there is a value, this is called the nishtha. You know, we believe in all paths are true. This Vedanta society boldly stands that for everywhere. And we believe, we really appreciate that and we adore that idea. God can be reached through any path one takes. But the point is that here is the problem that when so many paths are there, but you cannot do like that. Water is underground everywhere, no? You have to dig in one place down. When you select, you know that all are leading to the same sub-level, water level in the ground. Under the ground there is water everywhere. So I need water, I will dig here. But if I dig 2 feet here and 5 feet there and 7 feet there and 10 feet there, I am wasting my energy. Therefore that is called the nishtha. That also we accept in Vedanta. I know this philosophy, I don't hate anyone, I respect everyone because they are also going towards God, as I am trying to reach God. But preferably, I like this particular aspect of philosophy or this aspect of meditation, I like it. And I dive deep, 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 deep. You go deep, you will reach the same water. Buddha reached the bodhisattva, the state of nirvana. You call nirvana. What it matters for me? I call Brahman. What is matter? So don't get confused with the terminology. Rather love God and dive deep. That's called nishtha. There I am very much focused on my meditation in a particular way. I am not saying taking this and that and that and that. That's why the Islam and Christianity has this many this here is a little misconception here. It is called the nishtha is necessary. Ramakrishna gave the example. A woman in a family comes in a newly married girl comes into the family, have relationship with everyone in the family. Mother-in-law, father-in-law, in-laws, no? Brother-in-law, sister-in-law. But she had a special relationship with her husband. So I know everyone, God is everywhere, God can be achieved and approached in every path. But this is I like most. I see, everyone go to restaurant, that's my common example. We go to restaurant, no? And as soon as you go, after appetizer, what they give you? A chart, menu. And there are so many menu. Which menu you select? What food you prefer? You select certain items, I select certain items. Purpose of your eating is what? To get the strength in the body and mind, no? My ideal is the same. I don't eat your food. You may like one food, you may like fried fish. Someone may like some soup. Will we fight? Soup is bad. You have to eat fish only. That's the thing going on in the name of religion. But rather you strengthen yourself. You show that your fish eating has given you strength, spiritual strength, no? Or your soup eating has given you spiritual strength. So that should be the... Thank you. Acha, she is asking something. And then also you are asking. No? You want? Okay, so she is asking.
I've always been interested in the relationship, guru relationship between Sri Ramakrishna and Vivekananda. And specifically, it might go to the point of the primordial guru. When Sri Ramakrishna, I think he touched him on the balcony or something like that, and he saw Satchidananda. So in effect, is Sri Ramakrishna seeing the Satchidananda within Vivekananda, or is he seeing him also as a guru? What is the dynamic?
For Vivekananda, Ramakrishna is the guru, because he is transmitting the power. Transmitting means igniting. No. Take 2 lamps in an oil lamp, no? With wicks. One is in the flame, and there is a potentiality here to burn. Here is also another lamp. But this instinct to start to ignite the fire, the guru connects that way. So Ramakrishna is the guru here. He is just igniting what is there in Vivekananda's heart. And instantly, because Ramakrishna is established in that knowledge of oneness, seeing God everywhere all the time. So he ignited that, and he was ready. His oil was there, wig was there, everything soaked. Only this flame touched, and boom, and there came the light. And he was so overwhelmed that he's seeing God, everyone. He's hitting his head on the railing, thinking, is it Satchidananda, it is consciousness, it is absolute Satchidananda, or is it a piece of iron? He's hitting himself. He's eating food, he's not seeing food, he's seeing Satchidananda everywhere. So that is the perfect state of a person who has accomplished so much. That's why we have to prepare ourselves. If we are prepared, in one instant knowledge can come. And we do all the spiritual practice, discipline, self-control, austerity, or whatever, charity, loving others, doing good to others, feel for others and pray to others, pray for others. All these things we do only to purify my heart. My heart is blocked here. There is a deep cloud in between me and the divine. It is here now. The common example, you go to Seattle and you find what? Seattle and Portland, and say most of the time, or the sky is clouded. Does it mean the sun is not there? Sun has run away from Portland sky or Seattle sky? No, it is there. I don't see it because there is a cloud. So if you can remove that cloud, go with the plane. Those planes are flying and they see the light. Sun is so dazzling sun. So all the time it is there. Only this ignorance, how can it be removed, is the question. No? And we need to be ready for it. When it is ready, then instantly it works. Suppose you give example. Suppose you give, there is no oil in the wig. Wig is wet with water. You have dipped it, the wig is dipped into the water and put it in one place and bring a flame. to light it. What will happen? You will, at the see the result, it will make some cracking now, noise, and then no flame is coming. But suppose it is ready, dry, soaked into the oil, and just ready to be receiving, and one flame you bring, it starts. So this is the preparation which is necessary.
Hello, and thank you for your wisdom today. You know, one of my, I meditate several times a day, and I still have much challenge in being in the moment, being present. Even doing your talk today, I found my mind moving. Do you have any suggestions on what could be done, or how I could change my practice or adjust?
Yeah, there comes Vedanta. There comes Vedanta. It says that our real nature is some divine, no, which is called God inside, and inside everyone. And what is happening in the body and in the mind. But in my real nature, I am neither the body nor the mind. That's Vedanta. So, when it is acting in the mind, in the mental level, it is true. I am feeling for someone and what is going on, and I am being tormented by the thought, and it is really disturbing my peace. No? True. But I, the eternal God who is inside, untouched by it. It is happening in the mind. Like last night when you dreamt such things, and you cried, you maybe wept, or you are happy, you are unhappy. It's happened in your mind only. Are you affected by that now? No. Because you know that has happened in the mind, in the dream. So this is also a dream, big dream. When you will be awakened in the consciousness of God, then it will be a dream-like scene. I am witnessing this position of sadness or the suffering which is going on. No? So that is one way. Vedantic way is one way. That you feel that you are the witness, and it is happening in the mental level. Mind is reacting in the mental level, but in reality that person is also pure, that God, the same divine is here, same divine is there. So that person is also under the spell of ignorance. And the mind level. In the mind level, mind is mind, and your mind is affected by that. So you see, I am the witness, it is in the level of mind. That's Vedanta. That he is also the same reality. So I should not bother, but if I can do anything, I should do. Devotees as attitude we take, we say, I feel so much suffering, I cannot take it, oh Lord, please help. Please help. Please do something so that this problem goes away. So prayer is another way. Analytically you can destroy these actions and reactions from the mind acting with the mind. So it is not happening to me and neither to anyone. And bhakti path, meditation path, withdraw from it and dive deep into your own source. That you can do. Normally we do pray for God, pray for that person too, and pray, remove my pain and also his pain. So, that's all then. Okay. Oh, one more.
Swamiji, can you talk a little bit about what you talked about of editing? And especially when we are practicing for so many years, and if primary teacher dies, and we are maturing in our practice, it becomes very subtle.
Yeah, that's good. That time your mind is becoming guru.
Can we trust
Yeah,
that?
and
Can we trust that, though?
yeah, it is what? It is, I think it is opening up new vista. As we move, really meditate and pray every day, our clouds disappear. And as the cloud disappears, more and more inner light shines forth. That's a gradual. And that, if it is not contradictory to the basic teaching, the foundational teaching that you are divine, you are absolute, and you are the expression of the infinite consciousness, and we are worshipping that infinite consciousness in a divine name and form. And that divine name and form is going through the Shakti to the infinite Brahman. A primary premises is clear. And I am moving in that direction more and more. That Ramakrishna's formula, mind becomes Guru. And Guru works through your mind then. When Guru Satchidananda Guru, he will lead. His work will be done when we merge into Satchidananda. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Lee. You are there. And how are you? Keeping well? And many are there. I think that here, Bhuvan and Dhawani are there. Susan Brody is there. Nikki Smith is also there. Wonderful. Thank you, thank you. And all of you who are here.